Good morning, pregame crew. Chart Gal Lori here. It is Tuesday, August 17th, 8:26 a.m. Eastern. I knew it was time to go live because I heard my husband brushing his teeth and doing his thing that we talked about last week. He's my new alarm clock for time to go live. Hey, Mustang, Ronnie, Dana. Can y'all hear me? Blue Dog, Don, can you see my screen? Robert Mack, David, Jason, P. Court, Judd, Roger. I appreciate y'all being here. Thanks, Chuck. Thanks, Judd. I really, truly appreciate the moderators. I appreciate the regulars that are here every morning. I hope we're getting better together, because this improves my trading, doing this pregame prep. It for sure has improved my overall trading. I hope it's helping you, and together we're improving. It kind of feels like a team. We're a team. It doesn't feel like we are. We are a team. And I like seeing your faces. Maybe tell a friend, hit the like button. Hey, Tammy, Mark, Sebro, All Natural, Slow Devil. Hey, Lori Mathers, how are you? So good to see your face. Hey, Davy Baby. Manuel. We'll get started here in 3 minutes. In 3 minutes, we will get started. I would do cocaine, Slow Devil. You know, I have heard you can lose weight doing it. That would be the only reason I would do it, but I'm just kidding. I would never do drugs. I've never done drugs, but marijuana seems interesting. Hey, Night Truck and Cindy, good morning. So I don't know if y'all have ever gone to church and you hear a message by the preacher and you're like, did he have a camera in my house? I know growing up, I would go to church on a Sunday morning and he'd talk about stealing, and I was like, crap. Did he have a camera in my house and see that I stole my sister's shirt and didn't tell her? And it always seemed like the message was directed at me. So every morning I feel like I have this message, like it's very specific. So I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know why I have this message, but this message is for you. Position size down, size down. Don't know who needs to hear it. It's one of you or it's a lot of you. But size down. It will change your trading. 2 major things will change your trading today. So zoom out on your time frame. Stop looking at the 1-minute chart. Stop looking at the 2-minute chart if you're struggling with trading. If you're doing great with trading, then carry on. Do what you do, boo. But if you're struggling, zoom out on your time frame and size down. Your decision making will be infinitely better if you don't have the pressure of a large size on. So, I don't have a camera in your office. I'm not watching your computer, but you know who that was directed to. All right, 1 more minute. Oh, Jason, can you send me a code? I know we just did it yesterday, but I want to do it again. All right, let's get started. I'm Chart Gal Lori, and I'm part of the Chart Guys community. We teach technical analysis, among other things. We have a service called the Swing Report, where we send out a report every weekend. It has my voice on it. Sorry about that. But I have 3 videos that I do every weekend. We have a team of approximately 5 or 6 people or 5 of us that work on the Swing Report every weekend, and it is a macro look at the market at the 50,000 foot level, and then we go over some names that we are interested in that may be setting up for good swings. So if you're interested in swing trading, I suggest you check out the Swing Report. We have crypto alerts that are based on indicators and technical alerts that we send you via text if you so choose, or via email, whatever. So that's what we do, and I do this, the pregame show, where I go over the Fab 4 futures, commodities, cryptos, and movers and shakers of the day. I give potential setups, which I have always called King of the Mountain trades, where it's the best trade setup that I see for that day or that week. And someone in here dubbed it Queen of the Mountain Trade, which I kind of like too. But it doesn't mean just because they get that name doesn't mean they're going to work. So I go over the entire market and potential names that are setting up. But know this, every name that I cover, I'm not watching every name when the market opens. I continue, as soon as I shut the microphone down, I continue to scan news and charts, and I keep whittling down and whittling down. So here is my actual chart setup here. This is what my screen looks like. I have 5 other screens, but this is my main trading view screen. And so I whittle down the setups because it's too much for me to focus on. If you've ever played sports, you know you have your lane, your pitch. Like if you're a baseball player, you know, when I played softball, I liked them high. I like the high pitch. So you know what your pitch is. In basketball, mine was the baseline shot, 15-foot jumper or up at the key. That was my shot. I didn't go out there and shoot 3-pointers. That's where my friend, that was her ballywag. She would shoot 3-pointers. Stay in your lane. And that's what so I'm covering all of these different lanes, all these different setups, because if it has a chart, I can do some TA on it, no matter what it is. You could chart, I think they were charting Trump and Biden last year. We can do analysis on anything that has an X and Y axis. But just because I'm doing analysis on it doesn't mean I'm trying to trade it all. So definitely narrow your focus. Once you hear me go over the setups, you say, wait a minute, that one spoke to me. That one, that's my shot. That's my pitch. Take that one. All right, if you're interested in my chart setup, it's on the screen. I will delete it now. I go over it every day. And someone suggested I do a video on my chart setup. That way I wouldn't have to cover it every morning, and I may do that. So we have support coming in right here on ES, 4447, 443250, resistance 4459, 4472, and 447650. So yesterday, I did not trade what happened yesterday very well. I traded IWM short very well. I traded XLF long. I did that decently. QQQ long, I traded it terrible. So on QQQ, let's look at NQ here. I traded this oversold bounce, and then I was watching volume. And so I closed out my QQQ for just small gains, and my Amazon small gains. And that was typically, that's something that would work where your volume is declining, you're approaching EMAs, and so price starts to slow. Typically, it didn't work yesterday. And I was kind of beating myself up yesterday afternoon. Why did I trade that so poorly? The opportunity was amazing. When you have a reversal like this, a V-shaped recovery, then it trends the rest of the day. That's the days where you can make lots and lots of money. But money is not what I'm most concerned about. I'm concerned about my process. What part of my process broke yesterday that made me jump out of this long so quickly? And we know that the bulls don't have to bring the volume to make price continue to melt up. But what I did miss yesterday that I want to fix today and every day is Apple and Microsoft. They had strong V-shaped recoveries. And as long as those two horses, when our big horses are pulling the sled, we know we can go further than we think. So I took my eye off of Apple and Microsoft and how strong they were running. But this doesn't happen often. So if you traded yesterday poorly, then I wouldn't beat myself up because we were in hourly oversold conditions, and then it didn't bounce right away like it normally does. It doesn't normally get this extended. See here? It doesn't get that extended. So that was a little new. That was new yesterday. Got very extended and then bounced hard. So we'll have some hungry, eager beavers to buy this dip again. We're pulling back. And or we could have an inside bar. The size of yesterday's range has made it, we could stay inside this range all day. We will see. I will be watching volume for clues, but I'm going to focus more on bear volume than bull volume. If bear volume's elevated, that tells me something. If bull volume is not elevated, that doesn't tell me anything. So I hope that difference makes sense and I'm articulating it well this early in the morning. So we have RTY is short. I wish I had sound effects, all these different copyrights, but I'm backing off RTY short. So if you follow me on Twitter, here's my profile, Chark Al Lori. I posted yesterday that I was buying back my IWM puts, and I posted all of this in the chat room when I was buying, and that I added back. Added back puts and IWM puts, and then I posted this morning that I am selling at open because we are oversold on the 4-hour. So RTY 4-hour is beat up. So I'm backing off all things IWM, even though I'm trading this weekly chart. This weekly lower high is set. So in a larger time frame, you don't necessarily want to get focused on smaller time frames, but the 4-hour is big enough and significant enough that I'm going to act on it and close my IWM short. That doesn't mean I'm going to go long. I could go long, but I'm not necessarily thrilled about this chart. And most importantly, we have a potential monthly bull flag on IWM. So this is RTY futures, IWM, same thing. So we have a potential monthly bull flag. So this weekly downturn and this tiny bear break with no follow through gives credence to a monthly bull flag on a higher time frame. So I've been very consistent on RTY and IWM all summer. If you've been in this room, you can attest to the fact that I have been consistently calling this name, the longs, the shorts. I've been consistent on this name. That tells me focus on it. When I look at my P&L and I sort it by most profit, I've got RTY, RUT, IWM, whatever vehicle I'm trading this name, I need to stay in my lane. This is my 15-foot jumper. This is my baseline jumper right here. This is my shot. Stay with it. Amazon yesterday, I traded terrible. So that was my fourth trade I didn't talk about, but I traded it terrible. I tried to bottom fish it. I didn't nail the bottom. I stopped out for a loss, and then it ran hard with me. I am not getting a good feel for Amazon in my day trading account. My swing account, I added it yesterday on that dip, and I didn't touch it. But in my day trading account, I'm not reading the shorter term time frame signals well. Guess what? Get out. Just get out. Don't trade it anymore. So I'm going to focus on my ETFs today, QQQ, XLF, SPX, and IWM. That they will have my focus today because that's where I'm making my gains. So I hope you have the same type of epiphany and you stay in your lane and trade the tickers that are working for you. All right. So RTY is the weakest, then NASDAQ, then Dow, and then ES. So let me go back and make sure I give you, here are the levels on ES. An inside bar, we could have an inside bar day. So how am I going to trade that when I say I'm going to focus on the ETFs? So with ES, for example, let me change it to SPX so I can, because I like to trade SPX. So what I would do on a bounce is I would look to sell a call credit spread above 448250. So I want to either be selling put credit spreads. On a pull down, I would sell a put credit spread below this level. So what that would look like would be something like 4420, 4400. Sell a put credit spread if it starts pulling down toward this support and I want to go long, I would sell a put credit spread. For the upside, I would sell a call credit spread. If we start bouncing and we come into resistance, then I would look to sell, and it would look something like 4490, 4500. So if you're an options trader and that makes sense to you, great. If you don't trade options, don't worry about it. Okay, we have 3 activations. Jason is really, really generous this morning with our discount code. So our discount code for 20% off the first month of TCG, the code is PREP20, PREP20, PREP 20. So only 3 activations for that, and all 3 were used yesterday. And we're so happy that y'all are new members of TCG, and I hope you find your way around. If you need anything, you can ask anything in beginner's questions. All right, going back to the charts, NASDAQ. Same thing. We could chop within this today because we have such a large range. So that makes an inside bar the most likely scenario today. That's the story for the day. That's the story. Potential inside bar, and I will be looking to sell spreads. And I'm not going to get cutesy with it. If the market is going to be volatile, then I'm going to back away. I'll get creamed if I start selling spreads on a volatile day. So I'm just going to wait, sit in the pocket and wait for this trade to come to me. YM, we're holding this little support here, 35290, resistance 35547, RTY, resistance 2214, support 2169 and 2164. Gold, what a bounce. We're coming into the 4 hour 200 MA after this nasty pulled down. This is a short area for me. I told y'all yesterday I would be looking to short 1804. That is a Mars level for me. So how would I trade this on shorter term time frames? Looks like it's setting up now. So we got some bear volume coming in. So this was the ideal level. So you could look to even short in here, short gold. If you're ready to trade right now, this could be a good trade on gold. It could also fall in your blow up in your face. So stop would be 1804. And don't forget micros. You can trade gold with MGC where each tick value is not as as pricey. I think it's 1/10. If I'm wrong, someone correct me in the room, but I think it's 1/10 of a GC contract. So you have a little spike down support, 1789 and then 1787. This bear volume here, this Mars level here, this 200 MA, check, check, check. So 3 things are telling me to go counter trend right now on gold for a quick counter trend trade. Every time you hear any TCG or any of the gals or guys say counter trend, that means quick. So you're not going to stay in that trade forever. Once it starts coming back against you a little bit, then you got to back off that idea and flip out of it. Oil, OPEC says they're not going to increase production. Yeah, they're not going to increase production. So it is Tuesday. We have API estimates after hours, and we got a little 4-hour EQ here. What does that mean? That means I don't see a trade. When we're setting up within the EQ, you want it to be tighter. And I know I used to get really confused. Like Dan said yesterday in the room, I saw it and it occurred to me again. I always take notes when I hear Dan say something and it strikes a chord with me. He said he wanted to see another daily, he would love another daily lower high on AMC. So let me show you that. And then we'll get back to oil. So it is tightening up on the daily. So he wants to see this get tighter. Come back at a higher low, get tight, tight, tight. Then you can position yourself within it for a potential bull break. But up here, you're coming up on that EMA, you're getting whopped in the neck, so it could pull back a little bit. And I never understand why he would say, or other traders, I would like to see this. And I'm like, no, I want to trade now. That type of need for immediacy, I think that's a word, instant gratification, that's a problem in trading. You want ideal setups. What did we talk about yesterday? Ideal setups yield ideal results. We want ideal setups. Going long here could absolutely work, but where's your stop? Do you put the low of yesterday, 32.71? That's too far away. So that's not an ideal setup. Again, doesn't mean it could work, but if you're again an eager beaver and you want in, do 1/10 of your normal position size. Just scale in a little bit. That way you got a little piece of the action, and your risk reward, you're adjusting your risk management because your stop is a little bit farther away. So don't be that I need a trade right now. If you see something setting up and you're like, oh, I really like this trade, make a note in your notebook, set an alert, but make sure that the setup is ideal. Oh no, I said I'd go back to oil. Oil resistance 69.62, 70.18 support, 65.15 and 65.01. We know this, right? From that weekly EQ. We traded this last week. We came down and hit that 65. Well, right now we're in a weekly inside bar. So let's just let price tighten up a little bit. Don't go force a trade. All right. 4-hour Bitcoin. Haven't looked at this morning. So we had this 1-hour Adam and Eve type reversal. This isn't an ideal Adam and Eve, but an Adam and Eve reversal is when you get the V shape. That's the pointy part, the Adam part. Then the round part is the Eve part. So we had this, some people call it a W formation. It's basically a double bottom where you just get that double bottom or you get that higher low. So right now we have an hourly inside bar forming in that larger range. This candle will close in 14 minutes. Resistance 47174, support 46632. Great bounce by the Bitcoin bulls, but I would be looking to the short side right now. I actually have a short on Link. That is LINK. I have a short on right now in crypto. Ethereum. Nice bounce. You see how the hourly we went through the high of the prior candle where Bitcoin didn't, showing a little bit relative strength. However, we do have some upper wicks forming on these candles, so caution Ethereum bulls up here. Maybe time to take a little profit, let a little ride, and put your stop here at 3223, your next support, then 3180. Resistance is at 3293. 3311. Ethereum does this more than any other crypto coin that I watch, and I don't watch a lot, but you see this 3289 and this level is 3293. I'm just going to write it out. Some of you are visual. So we broke that resistance by $4 and pulled back. Does it all the time. In my opinion, size down on Ethereum and give it more wiggle room because it is very naughty. Apple. What a move. If you have been part of the pregame show at least a week, you know I was drooling over this last week and I declared my affinity for this chart. We had this pull down yesterday with this correlation with QQQ, and then it just blasted higher. This weekly chart is beautiful. However, I will admit Tesla's chart was beautiful. We got this move over here, and then now we're pulling back on bad news. This weekly chart is not broken. The weekly chart on Tesla is not broken. The news made it not so nice. So now it may fail to set up. But I love these pushes off of the 50 MA with this weekly squeeze. We could have a little weekly bull flag forming on Tesla. So Tesla's weekly chart is not broken. But I said it in the weekend video in the swing report. I said it in here. I believe, I'm not sure if I said it in here, but I like Apple better because of proximity to all-time high. This daily chart, when we were talking about it, it's because proximity to all-time high, where Tesla does not have the proximity to all-time high. Our all-time high is back here at $900. So that made that Apple chart just a little more favorable for me. So we may pull back today and just form a bull flag, just do some healthy consolidation, or we could just zoom higher. It got a $185 upgrade by Webbush, I believe. Support 150.16, 146.47. Resistance 151.12, 151.70. Beautiful bull move. ADSK. This had a tightening range, I believe, on the 4 hour. Yeah. 4 hour EQ. So I like this squeeze on the 4 hour, and I like a bottom fish of yesterday's low, 326.65. Or 325, you could stop out if that's broken and wait till it gets closer to 325.35. So I like this for a potential long. Bank of America has been my queen of the mountain short. We shorted it back here. I shorted it here, and I shorted it here. So I may start backing off this idea because this could just be a daily bull flag. So I'm going to cover my puts at open. Got a nice lower wick of bulls buying the dip yesterday. So now it's time to stop pressing. So I've been pressing on this idea and it's worked, but it's worked 3 days in a row. It may be time for these bulls to bounce. Hourly RSI got oversold yesterday. 4 hour didn't, but hourly did. So I will be backing off this idea. Backing off the back short. BNTX, I just left this on here because it was so beautiful. I have no trade in this for you today, but yesterday we talked about this EQ, and I said if it comes back up near 37960 or even close to it, that would be our stop, 37987 for a potential short. And man, did that work out. Did I take it? No, I was messing around with Amazon. Okay, almost a 16% drop on BNTX. That worked. It's really critical to start working on your visualizing skills of the right side of the chart. So I talk about the Taylor Swift blank space. This is the blank space. It is really important to start working on visualizing the right side of the chart. The more that you start monkeying around with this left side and you start getting these lines on your chart and you're like, oh, look at this, and it's got a fib, and it's got this, and it's got a pitchfork. Some of y'all's charts to me look like this. Yes, I'm being pretty snotty this morning, but I mean, sometimes it looks like this to me. Don't get cute. Don't get cute. The most important part of the chart is the part that hasn't happened yet. This side. This side. Start visualizing. If you want to mark up a chart, mark up that right side. Work on that part of the chart because that's the part that's going to make you money. I promise I haven't figured out how to do it yet. If you have, please share. I haven't found a way to make money on the left side of the chart. Can't make money over here, can only make money here. So that's the most important thing, not what's happened over here. So we used our predictive TA on the left side to try to predict what could happen on the right side. And so yes, we need to mark up our charts, but don't get silly with it and start working on marking up the right side in potential scenarios. CRLBF. Dan posted in marijuana, he'll be watching $10. So what did I do? I went and set an alert. Tell me when CRLBF crosses 1001 and I may buy it long. If not, don't bother me with this chart. I ain't going to be looking at it. Potential, it does have a potential falling wedge. So we could break that $10 and then still bounce. But I'm watching that $10 level on CRLBF for a potential buy. Crowd. This chart isn't broken. This monthly chart, we're looking for a higher low. We are sitting at the weekly 21 EMA with a little lower wick of bulls buying the dip. This chart reminds me a lot of Roku. Great name, fundamentally, huge run, and it's just been beat the heck up. So if we would push below 22907, I'd be looking for a potential long. And your next support, 227. I like crowd to the long side. This is probably a Queen of the Mountain light. It's a light idea. SPRT. Okay, this is a dangerous idea. So SPRT, the short float is 62% as of yesterday. I follow iHor on, what a funny name, huh? Probably family name, but he's the nicest man, so I definitely am not making fun of his name. But he posts short float data from S3, and their data is real time. Everybody else's data is could be 2 weeks plus dated. So SBRT 62%. Oh, they have earnings. It must be after hours today. Oh, this is going to be an interesting name. It has a squeeze, potential hourly. I'm going to have to back off this idea now because of the earnings. I do not want anybody getting hurt. So we have support here at 755. I would love to buy it around 660. This name is heavily shorted. So I'm looking for a potential squeeze to set up in this name. This is not for the inexperienced or inconsistently profitable trader. Y'all know what I meant. Roku. I like Roku down here. We are right at the daily 200 MA. That could have been a vol climax, and we're approaching daily oversold, looking for that monthly higher low. I like Roku to the long side. Your next support is down at 323.50. Your 50 MA is at 336. The bulls try to get a bounce going yesterday. Let's see what they got today. If they come back to the low of yesterday, I would like to go long Roku, and that's one of my Queen of the Mountain setups. SE, they absolutely murdered earnings. They crushed it. Absolutely crushed it. We're looking for a weekly higher low. They're really giving back a lot. So this will take a while to set up. For me, this wouldn't be a trade right at open because we pulled back so much and we have high probability of getting an EQ out of this, equilibrium, and it continue to tighten, and I can't trade options in this huge range. So a pullback maybe to 283 could be viable on SE. They absolutely crushed earnings. But the bears and bulls, it may have been priced to perfection. I'm sorry, go back to SE. This could have been priced to perfection, so it could pull back despite the huge earnings beat and guidance raise. So I like SE to the long side is one of my Queen of the Mountain setups, but that doesn't mean it's an opening setup. A lot of setups I give y'all on earnings or for the right when we open and we wait for those little 2-minute candles that I draw out. We wait for the high of the low bar to break to the upside. This isn't one of those HOLB, HOLB setups. This may take a while. Okay. Yes, I follow. I got to get going. We got 4 minutes till Dan starts. Yes, on Twitter, the guy with the short he doesn't. do it every day, but this is him. I can't say his last name, Dusansky. He provides all this short data and lots of back information. He's educating too. It's very important that we understand what the short information conveys. Support at 672. Tammy, you're cute. So Tesla is gapping down. Your next support is down at 66297. Wish, I like to the long side. This is a black dirt breakdown. Dangerous name. But I can't shorten the hole down here when the daily RSI is 28. So I like this as a potential bottom fish idea of 662, and I would use 650 as my stop, and I'd have position size down. We don't give any trophies for nailing the bottom of any of these names. XLF, this could be a daily bull flag, so I'm backing off that short idea. QQQ, potential weekly bull flag with that daily bear break. Your key levels are yesterday's high around 369.10 and 369.16. If we were to bound up into that level, I'd be looking short via selling call credit spreads. Support 36650 SPY. 44725 was our high after hours yesterday. Our regular trading hours high was 44711. Support 44443, then 44287. Shop, we are sitting on the daily 50 MA. I posted in the room yesterday. It was looking for a double bottom. I traded this to the long side. 1455 must hold on Shop for a bottom fish. Typically, I like to buy at the 50 MA, but I don't like it when the EMAs are overhead. So Shop has an uphill battle to fight this chart, but it could be a good dip buy. Yeah, give me a thumbs up if you can. Sblk, and then we got 2 minutes till Dan the Man goes on. Sblk has a dividend August 20th of 70 cents. Is that right? That's a nice dividend. Okay, back here it was 30. All right, wow. So we have daily higher high. That my country just slipped out. Sorry about that. We're getting extended up here. So our resistance is 2115. Support 2087, then 2066. Nice chart, nice move. We're just getting pretty extended up here. Hourly RSI kind of got toppy, and now we got a little bearish divergent. So if you're in long, stay in long is my advice, as long as you have the 15-minute EMAs below you. Okay, last one, Walmart. It really worked for us. Walmart was one of our swing names back in here because of this squeeze. Price was tightening, lots of bull volume, 2 upper wicks of profit taking up here. So they raised guidance, amazing earnings, but they're getting this mixed review. Maybe on a pullback, you could try a long. I wouldn't short this beast here, 153.66. What was that? 153.66. Where is that coming from? Oh, over here. 153.66 is the 52-week high. You see this? So this could be the end of the bull train for Walmart bulls, and just have a little healthy consolidation. We'll see, but I would be looking short in the 153 area and long in the 148 area. That's it for me. Thank you for joining me. Bring a friend tomorrow. Let's do this all over again. All right, link short is working. If you took that with me, I will take a little bit off now that I'm not live. All right, TCGers, let's go listen to Dan the Man.